In this world, in this day and age, we take long distance travel for granted. Low fare airlines, the ease of booking flights to any destination we want to in the world, and our demand for more foreign holidays is something of the norm. However, the norm came crashing down around us at the end of 2019 and the start of 2020 when the coronavirus began to spread across the globe. Travel restrictions started to be put in place for a variety of countries. Cruise ships became stranded at sea due to infections on board, and local restrictions were put in place by governments, meaning many people couldn't really leave their homes or their local area. Now, all this has had a tremendous effect on people who are in long distance relationships, who haven't been able to hold their loved ones or share a kiss. The restrictions have had their effect on many people's relationships, particularly over this period of time, and people are turning to relationship coaches and online advisors to help keep their long distance relationships together. Now, joining me in this session, I'm delighted to welcome Hinano Yeo, also known as Yo-Yo, who knows only too well what it's like to manage a long distance relationship. Yo-Yo has spent many years working at sea on ships such as the QE2 and the Queen Mary 2, and in 2015 got married to Johan at the airport in Sweden. Now, when she got married, she didn't give up working on the ships, nor did Johan join her on board. Now, while the pressure of this relationship and working away from each other for lengthy periods of time would have put a strain on many relationships, Yo-Yo's and Johan's grew stronger. Now, through her life experience and wealth of knowledge, Yo-Yo is now a long-distance relationship coach and helps people find a balance in order to make their relationships work. Now, here to share some tips and advice, I'm delighted to welcome Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, hi.
Richie!
Tell me, what is a long-distance relationship?
Well, a long-distance relationship is a couple who are in a relationship, but they cannot be together due to different reasons. Sometimes it's because of work, of their profession, and sometimes it's because of education. And like for now, it's because of the pandemic. Everybody's locked down.
Long distance relationships tend not to work. Do you agree?
I don't quite agree with you, Richie. I'm sorry. Because the percentage of long distance relationship that works compared to a normal relationship is almost half and half. You know, long distance relationship can work. That's about 58% that works. So it's not all not working. Yeah, it's all a matter because every relationship is the same. You need trust. You need to communicate. You know, you need to be honest. You need loyalty. And these are all the same in any relationship. But the only difference is long distance relationship, you are so far apart. You can't just say, drop by and see you and cry and hug. Not like that. You don't have that. You don't have that privilege. And also time. There's a lot of time involved because you need to plan when you can meet. And finance as well because you need to spend money to meet each other. You know, so that's the difference with a long-distance relationship compared to a normal relationship.
So why do many long-distance relationships not work?
Well, it's a matter of trust. You know, it's very important. This is one of the most important factors of a long-distance relationship. And communication, and you have to be honest, and you have to set a priority for your partner who's been so far away from you. So when you set a time, okay, I'm going to call you on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. So set that as your priority. Don't do anything else if you can, you know. And that builds, you know, it shows that your partner who's from the other end will say, oh my God, he really cares and he's really there.
So stick to a plan, basically. Use the technology that we've got available.
Oh yes, of course. Now you guys are so comfortable and so privileged to be in this generation where you have all kinds of technology to help you to communicate. You can see each other on the phone, you know, nowadays, and that really, really helps because you get to see how each other respond to your conversation, you know.
Now, you're in a long-distance relationship with Johan, your partner. How long has this been going on for?
23 years, yes. And it started with only 2 visits each year for us, and each time is about 14 days, 2 weeks, because that's the maximum time he can get off. And now after we got married in 2015, we have a place to live together in Sweden. So I come back here and I can stay for a month here now. So I spend a month here and a month in Singapore. So now after marriage we have a month together each time, and it's still twice a year.
Did you actually discuss this long distance relationship, or did it sort of just evolve?
Well, the thing is, we met on the ship. So he know exactly what I'm doing, and so I explained my contract and things like this and how much time off I have, and that is how we start to put things together and say, oh, okay, so we can wait till you get off the ship and meet, and so that's how we schedule. So it's from the beginning we know we're gonna commit into this, and but we make it work, so we still keep contact. We started in the 90s, Richie, and there was no internet like this, no phone like what you have now, the iPhone. It was all by snail mail, or I have to give him a call when the ship is on in port. So it's not easy to communicate in those days, but we still managed and we got married.
It's just a complete fairy tale story. You actually got married at the airport, didn't you?
That was a fantastic wedding. I mean, it was short, it was simple, it was easy, and it was sweet. I took 5 days off, flew from New York to Sweden, got married at the airport, and fly back straight to the ship to finish my contract.
There's many different types of long-distance relationships that touch people from all different aspects of society. You've got 23 years experience. What advice, what tips have you got for people in this situation?
First of all, you have to really, really decide what you really want from this relationship. If there is no goal, then you can never get to your destination. So our decision to commit and is to get together no matter how far we are, and we've done this for 23 years, 18 years before we got married, so it's 23 years. But we have very strong trust on each other, and communication is part of it. We're very open to talk, discuss about any dissatisfaction. A lot of people hide this. They kind of like, oh no, I don't need to talk about this for now. I'll let it go for now, or things like no. But we just open talk, and we argue, of course, as normal couples. But we also apologize to each other.
It must be quite strange for you at the moment, because you got into a little bit of a routine over the years. This pandemic has sort of thrown everything in the air. This must be the longest that you've actually spent time together.
You're so right. This is the first time we ever spent more than 3 months together.
And how does it feel?
Well, it was a little bit of a challenging, but what for me myself as a coach, I tell myself this is something very different for me. I either adapt it, accept it, or I can walk away from this. So it depends on what I want. But what I want is for this relationship to work. So I am going to adapt. I'm going to change. I'm going to see how I can work, find my way around. That's because I have a goal.
And I guess that talking is really important.
You need to talk. You need to talk to each other, really. And work it out. There's nothing, if you don't put an effort on something, nothing is going to happen. Right? 0 times 10 is 0.
How can we find out more information about you?
I have a diary, and I'm offering a 30 minutes intro chat for anybody who comes in. So the first 30 minutes is free. Unless you want a further chat or coaching, then we'll start the price. But the first 30 minutes is free. So just go in there, make an appointment yourself, choose your time, your day, and I'm available for you.
So take advantage of that free half-hour consultation. And when I was speaking to you, Yo-Yo, you mentioned that you wanted to sort of reach the crew members that are stranded on the cruise ships in the different ports and harbours around the world, missing their loved ones, as well as that, anybody else that's in a long-distance relationship. You're on social media. What platforms?
I'll just put that out in the Facebook just to let people know that this is available for them if they want someone to talk. The most important thing is you talk to somebody who understands what you're feeling, who's been through the experience, who can actually share with you your emotion and things like that. So my Facebook page, again, is called the Long Distance Relationship Coach.
So some great tips and advice there from Yo-Yo. Now, I will put all the information in the description at the bottom of the screen. Yo-Yo, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. You stay well and stay safe.
Thank you, Richie. It's my pleasure to be on your show.
Ta-ra!